Hello Atari fans, this is Peter Dell and Stefan Meyer aka Jack and Tiger Duck, and today we prepare you for the worst. It's our first online game review. We are trying to play test the Zauberball game, which is an adaptation of the C64 Wizball game from many years ago. It was created by Oliver Cyranka for the ABBUC Software Contest 2023. This is the release version. And we have seen videos on the YouTubes where you can clearly see that people didn't really know how to play the game and they didn't actually read the manual. So we both enjoy the game a lot and we would like to present you how to play it and what the features of the game are. The game is a shooter, a horizontally scrolling shooter with different levels where you have to fulfill different tasks. You can play it alone, or you can play it with two players, and you can play it in different modes. You can play it against each other, or you can play it in a team. So by pressing the Option key, you can select whether you play with one or two wizards, or whether you play, and with the Select key you can select whether you play as a team, where one player controls the wizard and one player controls the so-called Catellite. So, what are these characters, the wizard and the Catellite? There is a backstory to this game. You can see the story by pressing any key. The story is that there is a wizard and his cat, and they lived happily together until a bad wizard came along and took all the colors from their world. And their challenge is now to bring back the colors to their world. And to do so, they have to collect colors and mix them up to color the world again. And in the end defeat the evil, of course. So, as said, there are two player characters, the wizard and the cat. The main character is the wizard and the additional character is the cat. You can shoot enemies, you get points for that. Sometimes if you shoot an enemy, a bonus coin will appear, and you can collect bonus points to activate power-ups. Like in many games with power-ups, it's up to you when you activate the power-up, and the difficult or unusual part is that you have to wiggle your stick to activate the power-up. So it's a bit unusual and many people didn't know that, and without this you can of course not play the game. As said, we have to mix colors. In the beginning you have to collect only the primary colors, blue, green and red. So later you have to mix colors. To mix colors you have to switch between levels, and you can do so by entering tubes or so-called volcanoes that take you from one level to another. There are different types of power-ups that we will show in the game. Essentially you can improve the control, you can improve your firepower, and you can have smart bombs and things like that. Yeah, the Catellite, which is the second character, you can also control if you play alone. If you play alone, then you have to hold down the button and you control the second character. And if you release the button, you control the wizard again. Yeah, objectives, as I explained, shoot enemies, shoot color drops. You have to shoot them so they turn into drops, and then the Catellite has to collect the drops. The cat must not run into enemies and it must not run into colors before they have been shot, otherwise it loses energy. And there are two special colors, the gray one, which strengthens the cat, and the orange-purple one, which turns the cat into a crazy mutant for a certain time, so you cannot really control it, but this will go away and you will be back to normal after a while. So, as said, we prefer to play with a team and one wizard, so this is cooperative mode. And I start the game now. So let's first explain what you see on the screen. So I will go to the monitor. So here we see we are first player, we have 3 lives, we have no points yet. There is no cat and it doesn't have an energy. Enemies appear in waves, and this number here shows you how many enemies are left in the current wave. This indicates the level and the color that you collect in this level, or you have to collect in this level. These are the different power-ups. This is red, green and blue, I think so. And together they mix up to this color, and you will see that when we start collecting colors. Each of these power-ups has 1 or 2 levels For example, this will stop bouncing and then it will give you more control. Here we have different types of fire and we will explain that later as we play. So, enough talk, let's start playing. Stefan, hit the button.
Ready to go.
So, this is the wizard which was turned into a pumpkin by the bad, evil other wizard. You see now the number of W is counting up. So this wave is getting an increasing number of enemies. Stefan just shot one of these enemies and it turned into a bonus. And now he wiggled the stick to activate the bonus. You can see it by this arrow on the lower left that this extra is now activated. Yeah, you see flashing which bonus would now be active. This one cannot be activated, it's already active. So we have to collect another bonus. And if you wiggle the stick now, then you would activate the beams that appear up and down of the player character. So, if you stay too long in one location, the police will appear and try to shoot you down. Yeah, that's really hard in Wizardland.
You recognize it by the melody?
Yes, there is a different sound playing that alarms you of the police coming. And in this very first round, you see that there is not much shooting or anything, so this is a very fair game, much fairer than the C64 variant, so it's easier to get into the game. And now we see there are color drops, and if the wizard shoots the color drops, they fall to the bottom. Since there is no catalyte yet, we cannot collect these drops currently. You would first have to collect the catalyte extra. So, Stefan, be careful. So there I am, I'm the catalyte and I'm the second player and I'm controlling it with the second stick. If I release the stick, the catalyte returns to the wizard. And if the wizard shoots colors so they drop, then I can collect them as they drop. I must not run into these drops before they turn into falling drops, otherwise I will lose energy. So we collected enough red for the current level, so the target color is on the lower right. So we achieved to mix the target color. We enter a bonus stage where you cannot die but collect extras and bonuses. If you survive, if you don't have many extras collected yet, then this bonus level is really hard. You typically die within a few seconds. But if you have enough firepower collected later, you can really make good score. Also now the catlight died. Yeah, I used up all my energy by running into other enemies. So catalyte is gone and we would have to reactivate it by collecting bonuses again. So we managed to complete one color mixing. So we are now here to pick up an extra. These pickups are permanent pickups. Permanent pickup means if you lose a life, then the pickup that you activated here will be active again by default. And it's essential to make progress in the game. So we have different extras. So the first one is anti-gravity. You don't bounce up and down, but you can control your height. Then the second one is the beam up and down, which is helpful if you have enemies very close to you. Then there is the catalyte, that's obvious, so activating the second character or player. Then we have laser beams, which are better shots to the left and the right. Then we have Wizspray, which is shooting in 6 directions at the same time, and as a second level of this bonus also the catalyte can get this. The Giga Bang is a smart bomb that kills everything on the screen when you press the button for a certain amount of time, and the last one, the Yin and Yang, that's invincibility. So now yeah, Stefan can choose which extra we want if we die next time. So it makes sense if we play with 2 players that we always activate the catalyte first, so we have both players in the game from the beginning. So well done, we completed the first color that was required for the first level, so the level now is not so gray anymore. So we can continue in this level and collect red. So these are the gray drops, they strengthen my cat, so I'm up to 19 energy. And there is a gray one, so 20 is the maximum that you can get as energy. And as you can see now, all the red color is already full. But yet the level doesn't end, because the color that we have to mix is actually not red, but purple. So we have to go to another level, collect other colors now, and start mixing. So here we have now the green level, or an A level with green colors. So there is a total of, I think, 8 levels, all with different colors. So here I can collect the drops and some strength. So the cat can reload the energy by collecting the gray drops. So sometimes it's useful to run the cat into an enemy to protect the wizard. And now for the green level, we also collected enough primary green color to complete that level. So we're turning back home via the bonus level. So now we have more extras collected. Hopefully we will survive a little longer. Police is the hardest enemy, I think. Also in the later rounds of the game, there is really a lot going on the screen. So, but this is the bonus level, so losing the level doesn't mean losing a life. So here we can now choose which pickup we want. So currently you see the pickups that you currently have active. If you press the button, then you see which extras are available as permanent extras that you can activate. So I would suggest this one, or the Wizspray, which is one of the best shots that you have. Activate it. Now this level is also changing color, so we completed green, so it's again not so gray anymore. Yeah, standing close to buildings or background graphics is difficult, because oftentimes enemies appear directly from there. So activate anti-grav, so we stop bouncing. So Catalyte is at energy level 15. There are 9 more enemies in this wave. So if you know that there are less enemies, that gameplay is a bit more relaxed. Whenever a new wave starts, it can become very hectic. Yeah, be careful with the buildings. So we go to a different level. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Enter the tube, or the volcano. So don't be too greedy, don't get too close to the enemies. So I would say get back, collect some colors, Stefan. Okay, police. There's one more bonus. 2 more enemies before the next wave starts. So it's really a shooter game. So this is nothing strategic. It requires good reaction time. So we mixed now the next color. Enter the bonus stage. which sometimes doesn't last very long. Yeah, cat spray. So if we would die, then
it's the last life.
Yeah, but we won't see that, because if we die now, game is actually over. So, and if you happen to collect all the colors required for a level, and the level gets back to the original colors of the world, then there will be a bonus sequence where the Wizball turns into the wizard again and flies over the landscape to color it. It's very nice animation. So Catalyte is all eaten up. So we need 2 bonuses to activate Catalyte first. Or we go here. So this is level 4. Level 4 is again a red level. We have already collected enough red to mix the level color. But with just the wizard, I think the bonus level won't take too long. Yeah, activate the Catalyte. Oh, you didn't. Yeah, that sometimes happens. If you collect 1 more bonus than you want, then yeah, the wrong extra is active. So this is the smart bomb. As long as it flashes, pressing the button kills everything on the screen. He needs 1 more extra so he can reactivate the Catalyte. Which we unfortunately didn't manage to do. Yeah, that's a pity. You won't see the end sequence. I really recommend you try out this game with your friend. For me, it's most fun if you play together. It's also possible alone. Stefan did. Yeah, and yeah, thank you, Oliver, for creating this excellent variant of this popular game. I liked it a lot. And yeah, see you again in the next video. Bye.
Bye.